Guys, how are you? You're having a great day so far today. We're going to do calendar time together, so go ahead and get your whiteboard and marker or sheet of paper, your notebook and a pencil, whatever you've been working on or writing with, so that you can solve along with me. We have a new month today and something to talk about within that month. So go ahead and get your stuff that you need to. If you need to hit pause and run back to me, go ahead. And if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to adjust you guys so you can see the calendar a little bit better. All right, we're going to start with our months of the year. You ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Boom, boom. Okay, so if we look at our month, we no longer have April at the top. We have a new month, with the letter M. And also remember, we've learned that AY together says A. So if we wanted to try to read this month, it would be May. The month is May. So if we look at the calendar of May, May has 31 days. Okay. There's 2 special days that we have marked. We have no class birthdays in May, which I thought was kind of odd. My brother's birthday is May 18th, in case you're wondering. But on May 10th, which is 1 week from yesterday, so you have 6 days. It's hard to read on my screen, I can see that, but is Mother's Day. Now, we're going to talk about an idea for Mother's Day at the end of the video. So, if your moms are watching, be like, Mom, go, go, go. And if they hear it, it's no big deal. But you have 6 days until Mother's Day, and moms have been doing so much for you guys lately. I think it would be a great idea if we could work on a surprise for them. So I'm going to talk to you about that at the end of the video, okay? So we have Mother's Day on May 10th, and then also we have Memorial Day on May 25th. And we'll talk about Memorial Day too as it gets closer. Okay, but those are the 2 special days we have for this month, Mother's Day and Memorial Day. So we said our month is May, and now we need to find our date. So if I find today on my calendar, I have today right here, and I see that today is May the 4th. Very good. So today is May 4th. The year is 2020. So let's go ahead. I'm going to write that on my line as you write that in your notebook or on your whiteboard. So for the month, we write May. Remember, it has that uppercase M because it's a special name. May 4th. The 4th is our date. (2020). So let's say our date all together, guys. Today is May 4th, 2020. All right, good job. Let's do our days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. All right, so if we look at today on our calendar and we go up, 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 we get to the one with an M. Right, today is Monday. So we have today is Monday. If we go back one day to yesterday, I switched my words. That says tomorrow. Let me fix that so we don't get confused. There we go. All right, so if we go back to yesterday, now it says yesterday, we have May the 3rd, and if we go up, 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 I see an S. Now remember, there's 2 days of the week that start with S, Saturday and Sunday. So we need to kind of look at that beginning chunk, because Saturday, Sat, is going to have S-A-T, and then Sunday is going to have sun at the beginning. So let's look back at it. I see S-U-N. Would that be Saturday or Sunday? S-U-N. Sunday. Right, so yesterday was Sunday. All right, so today is Monday. If I hop forward one day to tomorrow, and I go up, I see the letter T. Oh my goodness, another one that has two beginnings. So there's, remember, Thursday and Tuesday both begin with the letter T, but the trick is that Thursday is going to have T-H. So let's look back at that word and see if it's T for Tuesday or T-H for Thursday. Now I only see T. So that means that tomorrow will be Tuesday. And I also know that if today is Monday, after Monday comes Tuesday. All right, let's read all three of our days and our season. You ready? Yesterday was Sunday. Today is Monday. Tomorrow will be Tuesday. And the season is spring. Very good. All right, I'm going to shift you guys over. Everything fell. Here we are. Here's our pattern of our problem of the day, rather. All right, so go ahead and write this down in your notebook if you're solving with me. 10 plus blank equals 15. All right, hit pause. I want you to solve it on your own and then check back to see if we get the same answer. If you're solving with me and you're ready to go, let's see how we can solve it. So we know we're starting with 10 and we know that we're adding, right? We have a plus sign. But we're missing how much we're going to add. So we know we're starting with 10 and we're adding something so that we end up with 15. So there's a couple ways you could do this. It would be difficult, a little bit more challenging to use your fingers, right? You couldn't just count 1, 2, 3, 10. Because if you start with 10, you're out of fingers, right? So you couldn't really add more. So we can use our head. If we want to, we can count on. So we're going to put the number that we know, we're going to put 10 in our head. Okay? And then we're going to count up until we get to 15. We're going to stop at 15 because we know that's how many we're ending up with. All right, so let's put 10 in our head. And we're going to count on until we get to 15. Ready? So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I needed 5 more to get me to 15. Okay, so when I used my head, my answer was 5. But let's also draw a picture to check. Okay, so we're starting with 10. So there's 2 ways you could use a picture. You could just say 10. Just like we just put 10 in our head, you could just say 10 and then draw dots to count on. So let's try like that. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many dots did I draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I needed 5 dots to get to 15. Or you can draw 10 dots. Well, no, that won't work. You could draw 15 dots, sorry. It's early on a Monday morning, guys, so I'm still a little, I need to wake my brain up. All right, so we're going to draw 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so there's 15. And I know I have 10, right? So I can take away the 10 that I know I have and see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I take away those 10, how many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 are left. So no matter how I solved, I got 5 as my answer. 10 plus 5 equals 15. I need 5 more. Okay, sorry. I'm tired this morning, guys. All right, let's look at our pattern. So first let's read our pattern and decide if it's repeating or growing. So we have triangle, circle, square, square. Triangle, circle, square, square. Triangle, circle. So what do you think? Do you think something's repeating over and over, or do you think that it's growing and something changes each time? I think that it's repeating also. So let's look at it. Triangle, circle, square, square, triangle, circle, square, square. So that has repeated the same way both times. Nothing has changed. So we can say that this is a repeating pattern. Now remember, our strategy for solving a repeating pattern is to label with letters so we can see how it's repeating. So the first shape will be A, and then B, and then we have another shape still, so C, and then C repeats again, so another C. All right, so if you are solving with me and you haven't done that yet, pause me, copy down this pattern and see if you can finish it. If you've already done that, great, let's keep going, okay? And if you're solving with me, let's go. But I meant to tell you before to pause me and solve this on your own, and let's see if we get the same answer. But okay, so here we go. We're going to keep labeling. So first we had A for triangle, B for circle, and then C for the two squares. So now we're back at triangle, and remember before a triangle was A. So we have A again, circle is B, and then the squares are C, C. So I'm seeing A, B, C, C repeating. So this pattern must be A, B, C, C. A, B, C, C. So then we have A, B, next will be C, C, and then after C, our pattern begins again with A. So now all we have to do is fill in the blanks with the shapes to match these letters, right? So our C shapes for squares, and then A was a triangle. Okay, so let's read our pattern to make sure it sounds right, it makes sense, and it repeats correctly. We're going to go all the way to the end this time. Triangle, circle, square, square, triangle, circle, square, square, triangle, circle, square, square, triangle. Good job. Good, good, good. Okay, next we have time. So if we look at my clock, to write down what time you see on this clock. Remember, look at your hour hand and your minute hand. Okay, so let's solve it together. Our hour hand is between two numbers. It's between the 3 and the 4. So remember, when an hour hand is between two numbers, it's not just pointing to one, right? It doesn't just tell us. We have to think about it. Our trick is to bounce back. So if our hour hand is between the 3 and the 4, we're going to bounce back to the 3, okay? Bouncing back to the 3. So for hours, we're going to have 3, and our minute hand is pointing to the 6. So 3, 30. 3 hours, 30 minutes. Remember, when your minute hand is on the 6, that means 30. So for our time today, we have 3:30. All right, now let's look at our money. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right, friends. So here's our money board we've been going over every day. And today, I'm not going to tell you about the coins. I'm going to ask you questions, and I want you to answer me with what coin I'm talking about. So here's our coins. Remember, we have quarter, dime, nickel, and penny. Okay, this coin has Thomas Jefferson on the head side. It's worth 5 cents, and we count it by fives. Nickel. Good job. So here we see Thomas Jefferson. We see Monticello, his house on the back. A nickel is worth 5 cents, so we're going to count by fives. Okay, this coin is worth the most. Has George Washington in a bald eagle. It's a quarter. Good. So here we see George Washington in the bald eagle. This coin is worth the most. It's worth 25 cents. Okay. This coin is the only brown coin. And it has Abraham Lincoln on the head side, and we count them by ones. A penny. Good job. So we see the penny is the only brown coin, Abraham Lincoln, and the Lincoln Memorial, and it's worth 1 cent. So we're going to count that by ones. All right, last one. It's the smallest coin by size. It has a torch and 2 branches on the tail side, and we count it by tens. Good, so that would be the dime. Remember, if you look at a bunch of coins, the dime is the smallest just by size. Franklin Roosevelt is heads, torch and 2 branches is tails. It's a dime, it's worth 10 cents, so we count by tens. Okay, good job. All right, so today, let's look at our piggy bank. So we have 2 coins today in our piggy bank. No brown coins, so no pennies today. We have dimes up top, and then we have nickels. So we'll count our dimes first, and when we count them, they're worth 10 cents, so we're going to count them by tens, and then we're going to have to kind of switch our thinking, and after we count by tens, we're going to count by fives, okay? All right, so let's count our money together, starting by tens. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now we're counting our nickels, so count by fives. So 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. You know what, let's do that one more time because that was a little tricky. Let's do it one more time. So count by tens for dimes worth 10 cents and then fives for nickels worth 5 cents. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So we have 70 cents for our money today. So go ahead and write that down. Good morning. Ooh, Graham just came in, so he thinks this is exciting. All right, guys. So that's calendar for today. I have one more thing to say. I need you to just listen, okay, Graham? Okay. So remember I said Mother's Day is in 6 days, and I thought it would be super sweet and your mom would love for you to write her a poem. So do you remember before we left school, we were working on acrostic poems, and we wrote one about Mr. Brennan, and then we wrote one about ourselves. And we made them look so nice. We drew a picture to go with them, and they looked so good. And hopefully you got them if you picked up your stuff from school, because I put them in your guys' supply bag, and I gave Mr. Brennan, I made it kind of nice looking. I gave him the one that we wrote together about him. So he got that. But wouldn't it be nice to write an acrostic poem for your mom? I think it would be. So I kind of just wrote on my whiteboard. Remember, you write a name going down. So you could write mom or mommy. And then you're just going to think of words that tell about and describe your mom that begin with each of these letters. So you have 2 M's and an O if you're doing mom, and you have 3 M's, an O, and a Y if you're doing mommy. So you would just write this on a piece of paper. You could even do it on a whiteboard. You could do it on anything, and your mom's going to love it. But just write this on a piece of paper going down, and then you're going to write each of the words going across. Remember, acrostic. It could be just one word. It can be a couple words. So I think that would be such a nice gift. And then you could just draw a picture of you and her, or you could draw a picture of her, you could draw a picture of your family. You're right, you could draw a picture of you guys doing something fun that you like to do together. And when you write these words, you could tell things you like to do together, right? You could write, um, I don't know, mowing the grass if you guys mow grass together, or um, my best friend. It doesn't have to just be one word, right? Some M words might be marvelous or magnificent or the most beautiful. Um, let's see, my best friend. You can think of anything. One of my favorite people for O. Outstanding. One of the best. You could think of anything, okay? So things that tell about your mom, things you like to do with your mom, and I think that would be a nice surprise. You don't have to. I'm not making you do this, but I think that would be a nice surprise for your mom to give her on Sunday for Mother's Day. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go. I hope you have a great day today. Thank you for letting Graham walk in, and I'll see you soon. I miss you guys. Bye, guys.